What's up there, TG? I just got your email, and it's difficult to tell tone in an email, but you seem a little frustrated, and I would understand why, because you've submitted a couple of things for homework here recently that uh, didn't fulfill the assignment requirement. So here you're letting me know So, in my attempts to troubleshoot what exactly is going wrong with you and how you're engaging with this course online, I pulled up your a log of your activities on Moodle, and every time you click anything on Moodle, it shows me which days you're active and all that sort of thing. And so I wanted to look at week 6, I believe. No, week 5 is the week when we first started. You first were supposed to read this handout and begin learning about what the first paper is about. This paper, if you click on this one, you'll see some pre-writing that former students have done. And so I don't know exactly how you're engaging with this online course, but at a glance, I'll say it looks like maybe you're just clicking on these, like the exam, the assignment points, and I don't always put full descriptions or of instructions on these submission points. You have to, look at everything on that particular week. So you log on to Moodle, jump into the active week, and then in a linear fashion, just click through and read and watch everything and check out those deadlines for the week. Okay, so the instructions for what this paper is about are right here, the process analysis handout. And this is a particularly useful document that will give you guidance about how to succeed at this paper. Half of the class is skipping over this one, and I can tell it because their outlines are not any good. But if we'll go back to February 6th, which was the first day of this week where you should have been looking at the materials for this particular paper, hold on here. It looks like you're still, and this would make sense because you thought we were still working with this article. You're still looking at an article from the previous week. And I see you clicking on the assignment submission points, but you're never clicking on any of the materials for that particular week where the instructions are. And so I've looked through this already, and it looks like you haven't clicked on materials pertaining to this first major paper until today, February 15. This is one of the first ones that you looked at, a video that accompanies a handout here, and that resource I just referenced about how to outline and develop your ideas for this first paper. And this one, of course, is the paper handout. So you check these out around 6 o'clock. These are the ones that you should have checked out last week, and those are the ones that you'll need for your directions. So from the previous week, this is the one that tells you what your paper is supposed to be about, and you had last week and this week to write it. With this submission point, on Wednesday I wanted you to have submitted your outline for the paper, And by Sunday night, I wanted to see the first basically 2 paragraphs of the paper. And in each of those instances, I've been able to give people feedback on things they're doing well, but more by and large things they need to improve upon or fix before their next submission. Now, it being Wednesday night, as you can see, the next chunk of paper was due before midnight tonight, and the final draft will be due before midnight Sunday. So, just that doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to write this paper, but the truth is, it's not a very long paper. This is the shortest of the 4 papers you will write this semester. I think the word count, it's something like 700 words, and I think it's something you could hammer out in the last half of this week. And I highly recommend you doing that, getting it done. And even if you don't, if you feel like it reads like a rushed paper and it's not the best example of it, I still would encourage you to submit it, because a 0 would dramatically impact your final grade. And so just do your best to catch up, review all those resources from last week, and I think you'll be prepared to write this paper. And honestly, I think you have enough time to write it, since there is a source requirement, but it doesn't have to be a big part of your paper. And in fact, I don't really want it to be. The main thing is you're writing 700 words about preparation for a job interview, some aspect of it, some very narrow aspect or area of preparation for a job interview, as the assignment handout dictates. So just make sure, like I said, you're clicking on each next new week and watching all the videos, reading all the resources.